What's going on, everybody? It's just your girl, Jesus Saves One, me. And I'm just going to get straight to the point. When will we stop complaining and trust God? When will we stop having that Israelite mentality? The Israelites probably weren't out of the hands of Pharaoh a good 3 days before they started complaining. We had it better in Egypt. We had fish, and we had onions, and we had leeks. Just forgetting about we had slavery, we had bondage. You didn't hear about that. You know, we get saved and we looking for a husband, we looking for a wife, and we thinking about, dog, at least when I was in the world, people did try to talk to me. You know, I ain't got nobody trying to talk to me. Ain't nobody asked me to go wild. And forgetting about you were headed for hell in a basket. Come on. One of the reasons the Israelites didn't even make it to the promised land, one of the reasons that they wandered in the wilderness for 40 years, because of their disobedience and their mistrust of God. They didn't trust God. You know, I have, for my life, adopted this little saying as far as moving with the cloud. I'm moving with the cloud. I'm not going to let things upset me or changes in my life. You know, I can imagine, because the way the camp was set up, the Ark of the Covenant was in the middle, and the tribes were around the Ark of the Covenant, the holies of holies, and the tabernacle. And Jesus was the center. He was the focus of that camp. And when the cloud moved, you didn't know if it was going to move in one day, or if it was going to stay in one place for 2 days, a month, 7 days. You didn't know. But when it moved, you had to be ready. And that's how it is in our lives today. We don't know the plan that God has for us. But when He moves, we got to pick up and be ready. We cannot be in one place murmuring and complaining about, why did they do this to me? Why did they fire me on my job? I've been there for such and such years. While you there complaining, other people are moving on. That's how we got to do. If we don't move on, we'll become stagnated in one place, sitting there, rotten, wasting away, when we could be doing other things to make our situation better. Trusting in God, trusting that He knows what's best for us. We don't know what's best for us. He can see 20 years down the line. So the thing is to move with the cloud. They had the cloud by day and the pillar of fire by night. And without God, they would have perished. Probably within a couple of hours. Because the conditions of that desert, it wasn't nothing to be playing with. So you didn't have time to tarry. You just didn't have time to tarry. When the trumpets sound, 3 million people. Can you imagine? 3 million people had to pick up everything they had, and they had to move because it was time to move. The cloud was moving. We had to move. So you can't be sitting there whining and complaining, because you will be lost. You will be lost. Trust that God knows all about it. He has already planned your minutes, your hours, your days, your nights, your months, your years. He has it all in control, and He has never let you down before. And He's not going to start letting you down now. But we have to trust Him. We have to depend on Him. Don't have the Israelite mentality. They didn't trust God. They displeased God, though they were His people. He was not pleased with their unappreciativeness. He was not pleased with them not trusting him. He was not pleased with them whining to Moses about what they didn't have. Be careful what you ask for. They wanted meat. The Lord sent them quail, so much that it came out of their nostrils and they died. They died in their lust for quail. Is it worth it? Come on. I mean, to actually have God right there with you and not trust him. Move with the cloud. Y'all be blessed.